Okay, I guess it's live. Let me try this again. Sorry, you're facing the wrong way. Okay. I did that backwards. Oh, God. I swear I'm not an idiot. I've done so many lives, just not on YouTube. So I don't know if anyone's actually here yet uh, witnessing this. If you are, you can make fun of me in the chat. I'm okay with that. Orientation is locked. Rotate back. Okay, so that means I've accidentally made it upright. Please tell me now. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, my rotation is locked on my thing. My bad. Oh, my rotation is locked on my thing. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Rotation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Rotation is locked. Rotate device back. Hey, Jen, I need your help. Did I make this? Hey, Jen, I need your help. So apparently I've made this an up and down video and I didn't mean to. Oh, I got to turn the volume off on that. So apparently I've made this an up and down video and I didn't mean to. Okay, it looks okay there, fine, but it's wrong on my camera. But did it work? Did it work? Am I still spinning? Give me a thumbs up? Maybe? Okay, let me put this on. Yay, back. Oh, God bless America. Okay, I will humor you today too, just prepping you. I'm Curry, by the way. I'm with Cherish Relics Boutique. You can see it actually up behind me there. And yeah, I've been doing jewelry reselling for several years. I wouldn't say as long as Jen, seeing as how she has her GIA certification and worked in a jewelry store like her whole adult life. But we did start on YouTube at the same time. Her and I came on YouTube. I don't know, Jen, was it like 3 years ago? I don't know. I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was about the same time, and we followed each other, and that was a great thing. But since then, I do part-time sales on eBay. I also do sales through my YouTube uh, videos that are like buy it now sales. You can reach out, do a private sale. But I also have a ton of experience in live selling, not that you would have thought it by what you just saw, on other platforms. And if you go into my channel, if you don't already follow me, go and follow Cherish Relics Boutique. Maybe Jen will put it up in the thing. Jen, if I click on you, will it let me turn you into a how do I turn you into somebody who can help navigate? I thought I could click on you. Maybe you can tell me. I know there's a way I can turn you into a moderator. Do I have to do it on my computer? It's going to take me a second to get this situated. How do I make you? Oh, remove as. Oh, I have you as a moderator. Never mind. I think that's what that blue thing is. You see how good I am? Everyone clap. And what I need everyone to do right now, I have a couple of stories before we even start. And now we went from 18 people to 3. Boy, that's a bummer, but that's okay. Jen, do you notice that I'm doing face forward? I spent like an hour trying to set up my camera because I'm a camera down girl. And if you look at any of my YouTube videos, they're all camera down. I might put it up briefly just to say hello or, to point something out in my room or whatever, but typically I'm camera down. And so even all of the live experience I have, if you go look under the live tab on my YouTube channel, there's probably 100 live shows in there on a different platform. But I was still usually camera down. So I literally have the whole camera turned around, and I'm in my workout clothes. God bless America. And here you go. You get all of me. And so it's going to be a real interesting thing. I'm very used to showing jewelry, camera down, lifting it up, making sure it's nice and close for everyone to see. And you see, I even know there's a chat on here. So part of me says I need to lower this even more, um, so that I know that I'm above the chat. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I do know that, because the chat's down on the bottom part if you're watching it on your phone. Um, anyways, holding things up to the screen for me is going to be a bit of a challenge because I'm not used to doing it in front of me and lining it up. So please don't judge me. Yay, 13 people. Okay. Well, as you guys read, and I know Jen wrote in her little, I'm going on vacation description for a few of her friends that were going to come on and sort of fill her spots while she's gone. Um, I am just doing a jewelry haul today because there's no way you could have paid me $1 million that I was going to come on here and do a live sale for the first time while also doing camera face forward for the first time. That ain't happening. So I'm going to show you all the beautiful jewelry that I've already picked out. Here, look, it's all right here. Okay, I think that's not up to live. My own camera here is not up to live. But I'm just going to show it. Not giving any prices, not, I have some gorgeous vintage jewelry. Most of it is researched. It's not complete, but I'm going to be posting a sale video on my normal YouTube channel on Thursday evening. And yeah, the easiest way for you to be able to participate in that is to just be just like you do at Jen's, just, send me your email that you use for YouTube. Maybe you can type this in the chat, Jen. They would have to email me at cherishstrelixboutique@gmail.com. If you look at any of my other videos, hi, I don't know who that is, but hi. And you go into the description of those videos and you scroll down, every single one of those non-live videos will show private sale info. And it shows my email address, cherishstrelixboutique@gmail.com. And then it's asking you to basically send me your contact information. I would need your mailing address as well as the email you use for PayPal. You don't have to have a PayPal account, but yes, she just put my link right there up on in the chat. If you were to go there, you can find this information. If I was really organized, I would have written it down and had a nice, pretty poster for you and all that. But we're not buying anything today. But if you wanted to just send the info and just at least, register, I need your regular name, your YouTube name, and then the email you use to do PayPal, as well as please hit the thumbs up for Curry. Yes, Jen is amazing. She's even on vacation. She probably just got to her hotel room and her husband is like, would you get off that thing? We're on vacation. Okay, thank you, Jen. Even if you're here for 10 minutes, I love you. Okay, so I will keep reminding you, but again, this is just going to be a haul. Very relaxing. It's going to be story time. It's going to be talking about our, things about life that make us giggle and drive us nuts. I'm going to start off with one thing. I have one story I'm going to start off with that drives me nuts. Give me a thumbs up or a yes, ma'am, this is true if this has ever happened to you. 3 minutes before I went live, I got a notification on my phone that said, hey, your shopgoodwill.com lot has been delivered. And I'm like, great. So I went to my front door, like most would, and it's not there. Where do you think it is? Where do you think it is? Those crazy people stick it right in front of the garage door. And when you get in your car to leave, you can't see what's on the other side of the garage door. So what would one do? Normally, you'd walk into the garage if you're leaving and this is if you didn't know that there was a delivery. Let's say I didn't look there yet, or my husband drove out, for God's sake. It happens. And They stuck it right there on the other side of the door where if I was pulling out, if I was reversing backwards, my wheel would have driven over it. 8 pounds of natural stone jewelry. Imagine that. Hello from Indiana. Nice to see you. Thanks for, I'm in Pittsburgh. So has that ever happened to you? And, how do we get these people to like think about that? Like, oh my goodness. Seriously, yes, that's happened. Most of the time it's at my front door, but the last two times I got a delivery, and it wasn't because it was raining. Sometimes they do that to get it out of the rain. They just literally stuck it on the other side of the garage door, and if I had opened it and just pulled out, I would have rolled over it. So, anyways, there's my little rant. All right. So, thanks for coming. Those of you that are here, um, yeah, so I'm just going to show you. Let me go up just here. Sorry, I'm still in my workout clothes, but we're gonna make do here. Okay, and I'm just gonna start. I got most stuff, you know, looked at. Here, let me start with this because this is super cool. Look at this groovy fish. It's actually a barrette. Okay. And he's made of abalone, which, as we know, is hard to find or going to be harder to find because we're no longer allowed to harvest that for purposes of jewelry. It's dimensional. You can see it's got layers of abalone. There is one little part right back here where there's like a chipped part out of his tail. I honestly don't think it's that massively noticeable. It is not on sterling silver. It is not marked with Mexico. Um, but yeah, so. It says, please register for Curry's channel at blah, blah, blah. Yes, you can register to buy private sales by going to my clicking on any of my past videos and looking in the description. It'll give you the details of what to send. Or you can follow my channel. That's right. At my link there. Anyways, he's pretty groovy, and it's just a regular clip thing. It looks like it's never been worn. He's super cool. He is actually about 3 3/4 of an inch wide and 1.5 inches this way, maybe a little bit longer. But he's pretty neat, and I had to have to say I've never seen this nice of a barrette ever until are you ready? Hey, Sheila. I had my expense. Oh, okay, great. Sheila's going to tell me her story. I had my expensive heart medication left at an entirely different building. Oh my gosh. And heart medication you need. Like, you can't not take it. Seriously? Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm so glad you got your hands on it again. Yes, delivery um, chaos with deliveries and shipments. It can be quite frustrating. I actually have a medication that I started to do this a 90-day online order that I do through my insurance. It's through Express Scripts. And I can't stand them because half the time it takes like a couple weeks for it to get to me, like weeks when normal, and I can run out of medicine when normally, I can just go up to my local CVS and fill it in an hour. But the inconvenience is I can only do one month by month. So I get it. I get it. It's frustrating. Anyways, I'd never seen anything like this until in the same box that I found that one, I found this one. Isn't that one beautiful? So obviously oval. We've got mother of a pearl in the center there, and it's like inlaid there. You can see it's kind of got, you know, a lining there where, sorry, it's got some of the metal there on. This one doesn't show any metal built into it, but this one looks like, inlaid. Oh, I guess it does. I guess around his face. I lied. I lied. He's inlaid. Okay. So aren't those pretty groovy? Again, not marked. It's not sterling silver, but they look like, brand new things. Same length, 3 and 0.75 inches. So aren't those fun? They are neat, aren't they? Okay. So I'm going to move on here to a beautiful vintage. And so I'm going to struggle with how close to show this in front of the screen because normally I'm camera down. I'm not used to it. So anyways, a beautiful vintage faceted, I don't know if you call these, would you call this shape a rondelle? They're like wheels. What do you think, Jen? What are those called? I don't know. But they're all faceted. They are graduated, as you see, not from high school, but they get larger as you go down. We have a vintage spring ring clasp, I mean, vintage twisting clasp, and this whole thing is actually on a chain. It is not sterling silver, just a silver tone chain. But whoa, what a beautiful necklace. This is 16 inches. And I don't know, to me, it's very Art Deco. I have found some necklaces like this that were actually rock crystal, that had some of the similar bead shape. But this is not. I've tested it on my gem tester, which is behind me, and I'm going to turn it on in case we need it. And yeah, this one's just glass, but super neat. So I really love that. And it does sort of give an ombre effect slightly. It's sort of darker down here and kind of looks like it gets lighter to the top. It might just be playing with our eyes though. So there we have that. So like I said, all these things that I'm just showing you today are all going to be in my Buy It Now sale that I'm going to post on my channel on Thursday. And the way those sales happen is you can't comment and claim any item. What you have to do is email me, and the emails that I receive in the order that I receive them would be who would be able to purchase those items. And of course, my daughter is writing me as we speak. She's applying to med school because med school applications just opened up. And so if you hear my phone dinging, she keeps asking me every like question about herself. Um, that I think she's asking where I got my master's degree. Why would she need that? I don't know. But I can't answer. She's going to have to wait. I'm busy. I'm busy with you guys. All right, let's keep going. What do we want to do here? I do have two giveaways today, by the way. I'm going to do two giveaways. Why don't we do these lovely earrings? So these are sterling silver, fade to shade, or ombre color, and you could use either of those to describe. These are some beautiful sterling silver, very artisan in style. This is actually red jasper, okay? I've tested it on my gem tester. There are some little slight, lines through there that you would see on, a jasper. And even if I took a light and put it behind these, they would be opaque because jasper is a stone that is opaque when you shine light from the backside. And agates, if you shine light from the backside, are what's called transparent, which means, and when I have some of those today, partial light can go through them. So anyways, red jasper is in fact a jasper. So really cute earrings. And they hang down approximately, sorry, I wrote notes for all this stuff. And I'm not even apparently looking at the notes because I already know it, but that's okay. They hang down 1.75 inches. So there it is. Cool beans. All right. I hope I don't yell at me. Oh my God, family is always calling. Yes, they are. But if anyone says anything in the chat, Jen, that I miss, and other people, hey, Carrie, my friend Carrie, my Zumba instructor, I love you, Carrie. You're so sweet, is on here. So, Carrie, I told you this morning in Zumba that I was going live today. It's been a while since I've gone live because I used to do it on a different platform. And um, this Carrie is it's just basically a haul. It's not a haul, it's a preview to all these items that are going to be in an upcoming Buy It Now sale on my page on Thursday. So next I have this beautiful Native American bracelet. You can see we've got all those beautiful tooth bezel turquoise parts there, and I thought it had no mark on the back, but one of them looks like it has a mark. No, it doesn't. But you can see the charms that are hanging from here. Let me flip it this way. We've got the little dude. Well, okay, if you want to call him a dude. We've got an eagle of some type. And then, like an arrowhead. And here's some more arrows. All of them with, and then some sort of horse. I don't know. Beautiful turquoise bezel tooth setting. Look at the beautiful chain link. I love the alternation of the bar link with the oval. So anyways, yeah. So 6.5 inches, all sterling silver. a lovely little bracelet that will be part of the sale. So there is that. Okay, so hold on. Let me make sure. Thank you, Jen. I love everybody who talks in this chat. I'm going to give you claps because I appreciate the support and the conversation. I appreciate it. It's okay if you just watch too, you know. But those of you who aren't shy of chatting, join in. We love it. Because I know Jen's husband's not going to let her stay on here forever. Okay, how about a pretty brooch? This is a JJ signed on the back. I have to clean it up a little bit, but it's right there. Okay, I really love this brooch because it actually is kind of got the ombre effect going from blue to green. You can have ombre that's going light to dark of a color. We can also have an ombre effect that's going from one color into other colors. I consider that ombre as well. And it is dimensional. As you can see, all those center little parts of the flower stick up, all enameled, and it's in great condition. The back needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but I love that brooch. And it is, you see, I go and grab stuff, and I measured this, and I didn't even, I'll tell you how big it is. It's about 2 inches. So you'll be seeing that as well. Hopefully I'm not holding this stuff too close. Here's another JJ brooch sign down there at the bottom. And we've got a normal safety clasp here, as you would expect in most of these brooches. You can see the gold tone looks fantastic. And so on the front, it's hammered. It's matte. It's matte gold tone, meaning obviously gold is shiny, but this is matte, shiny gold tone, hammered. And we've got these cats that are just having a heyday. So those cat lovers would probably enjoy that brooch. So this is a little bit more than 3 inches wide. Now, obviously, I'm not showing prices today in my live sale that I'll have on my page in a few days. For any of you who have bought from me, I know Carrie has bought from me who's in the chat. I know Sheila has bought from me who's in the chat. I know Jen has bought from me who's in the chat. I offer amazing, amazing prices. I work really, really hard sourcing all of the jewelry that I have. And believe me, I have a lot. This is just like the top, hitting the very top of the iceberg or whatever, what I'm showing you today. And I work really hard on really getting my prices down so that I can turn around and flip it and offer it to you guys at amazing prices. There are many resellers themselves who actually buy from me, and they have enough wiggle room in order to then sell again. So just something to know. Okay, so how about a beautiful cuff? Yes, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. And this is Carolyn Pollock. Let me pull this out, my notes. A beautiful cuff, and this has got rhodochrosite. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rhodochrosite gemstone. You can see it's tooth bezel set in there, and we've got the little added details there on the side, and then it is marked right there on the inside. I don't know if I can get close enough that it won't get blurry on you. Whoa. So anyways, so when you measure this on the cone, it's 6.5 inches. So isn't that beautiful? You love your orange bead necklace. Now, okay, Carrie, what you bought from me was not just an orange bead necklace. That what you bought from me was just not a glass bead necklace. And what you bought from me was not just a glass bead hand knotted necklace. What you bought from me, I believe most likely, is an orange. It's either nephrite jade or it's aventurine, which most often comes in green. That's what we typically are used to seeing it in. But Jen can vouch out there that both nephrite jade and aventurine can come in more than one color. And so, yes, you've got an actual gemstone hand knotted beautiful necklace. I'm so glad you love it. Anyways, Carolyn Pollock, loving that. Thanks for taking a look at that. And then this other thing I have here, these are as far as I can tell. Now, if I had like my friend Hannah, who's with as Hannah's Heirlooms, which I don't know if she's on here. She would say hello if she is. But she's good at being able to tell when things aren't marked. I do have a vintage spring ring clasp on here, as I would expect. This is not hand knotted. It has, you know, the faceted glass beads, and then it's got smaller seed beads that are spacers. It's very well strung, meaning it's not strung too tight. It's not strung too loose. It's important to have that perfect balance, because otherwise things don't lay nicely in your hand, which means alternatively, they don't lay nicely on your neck. It's very important. So anyways, this glass bead necklace, I don't have anything like that says Czech glass or that it's from West Germany, because I don't see any marks. So I can't claim it's some other people out there might be more knowledgeable than me, but this is 30 inches long, definitely vintage. And those bigger faceted black, kind of jet black glass beads are 9.5 millimeters. Okay. So on the neck, now I'm going to double it up here for you because it's going to be too long for you to appreciate. Well, I guess you can sort of see it. It's looking like that. I suppose if it's 30 inches, it is possible, because you could have, if you have a thin neck, you could have a doubled up choker, how you can wear it like that. So there are options, and you know, we also have the ability to add extenders onto the backs of necklaces. So there you go. So that will also be in the sale at a really fantastic price. Okay, thanks for looking at that. All right, what shall we do next? Thinking, thinking, thinking. How about a Murano bracelet? This is Millefiori, which is a type of glass that Murano glass is made in Italy, as many of you know. A lot of times the necklaces and the bracelets, you don't necessarily specifically find a signature on those, but there are some things about Murano, you know, necklaces and bracelets that can be very telling for Murano, you know, Italian made glass. One is that it's hand knotted. Yes, everyone can hand knot, true, but it's also capped. As you can see close up there, we have some filigree caps on the ends, and then obviously you have some red Millefiori, which is a style of glass making. I am not a glass maker, so I can't say that I know. Um, I think it's something about slices. I think Millefiori is like, you've got the, you know who would know is Leslie, because she knows a lot about glass. So, anyways, this is a little bit more than 6.5 inches, vintage spring ring clasp, but we've got a lovely Murano bracelet there in red. In red. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to show you next is this. Really lovely. This is no brand, but it is a really, really lovely kind of two-strand. If you would say, I wouldn't call it two-strand. I would say, because they're linked together and they're the same length, but you can see there's two of them. If you look really close up, these are sort of cupcake set rhinestones in there, okay? And they are closed back. So we know that they're foil backed rhinestones, because that's the only way that they're going to get their shine when we look at it. Okay. You can see those links there are textured. I love all these added details to jewelry. Hopefully that's not too blurry. And let's see if I can bring it up and get you a close up view without it. There we go. And so cupcake setting just means you can see how many prongs are encircling those solitaire rhinestones there. Solitaire just means round. It does have a box clasp, as you see here, that I'm going to put together there for you. But there is no brand, but the gold tone on this bracelet is incredible. When I did some of my research, it is in wonderful condition. I couldn't find the bracelet, but I did find the matching earrings to it. And that person who had listed that also didn't list a brand. So I guess it's unbranded, okay? Which means it'll be a great deal for you guys. But I love that. And you know what? I have to show you how great this looks on the wrist. So let me undo this box clasp, okay? And I will hold it up there next to my other bracelets. So there you go. Yay! A lovely vintage bracelet. All right, let's keep going. All right, how about we do some beggars beads? Now, Jen, we all know, has a famous beggars beads video, which if you want to learn more about beggars beads, go to Jen's Finds. And if you go into her video portion of her channel, scroll down a few and you'll see an entire video on beggars beads. She probably will tell us stuff in the chat while I talk, but all I know is they're obviously vintage and they were made, you know, I don't know if I'm telling the story right, Jen, but weren't they made like, I'm probably saying this wrong. Were they like, they weren't made at like fairs, right? I don't know why my brain wants to say that, but quite often beggars beads will be made of agates or jaspers. Um, uh, I hope I said that right I hope my brain wasn't going crazy. I hope I wasn't saying red topaz on those earrings. I'm sorry. My brain is now wondering. It's red jasper. I hope I didn't say red topaz because there is no red topaz. Jasper. Anyways, um, a lot of times made of jasper and agates. Okay. Now I did, gem test and took my gem tester up all of these. All of them don't go up to quartz. And um, not topaz, I'm sorry, jasper as well as agates are both types of quartz. So there are some other gemstones on here that do go up slightly, but not as high as quartz. So I'm not sure which ones those would be then. But the ones that were recognizable are, we have some carnelian on here. We have some aventurine on here. We definitely have some jaspers. And here I'm going to show you the thing I commented about light and how light can pass through some stones and not others. Um, I had a sweet person comment. I just recently posted a video on my channel that was just an unboxing of a Shop Goodwill. I only put up part one. I have a part two coming. But there was a sweet follower on there that made a comment that said, "Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge about, like the details about while you're, doing the video." And, and I wrote back and I said, "Wow, that is so nice for you to say that. But, I want to tell you, the reason I know the few things that I know, which I think I know a good bit about vintage and antique jewelry and costume jewelry from a great deal of research, but also because I've learned from fellow YouTubers. This jewelry community is incredible in that we help each other learn and you never stop learning. And so the reason I know a lot of what I've known is over the last several years, I've taught myself by watching other people. So if that means I can pass it on and teach things to people in my videos that they can learn, I just don't want to take all the credit because I've learned it from people. Okay, so here's a light that's not flashing. Anyways, and like this green one right here is a jasper. You see how no light passes through it, okay? But if we come down here to like a regular uh, clear quartz, you see how the light goes through that? Or if we come here to like this one, you see how light can partially pass through that one? It's called translucent. Same thing with this one. Light can partially pass through it, okay? It's called translucent. And so generally how you can tell the difference, because they both test as quartz, so then you're like, well, how do you know? Well, yeah, we go online and we look up the stones and we see what looks similar by researching. But then you can also do that little teeny bit of thing with light that opaque is jasper if it's a quartz, and translucent would be agate or all the other stones like amethyst, citrine, carnelian, which are all fall under quartz as well. They would be translucent. So these beggar beads are 27 inches. Um, I I I don't know. They slightly graduate a little bit, get bigger a little bit, and they've got some little gold tone spacers in between. They are not gold. When I test them with a magnet, they stick right to it. So we know those aren't gold, but a nice string of beggars beads. Good tips. Oh, thanks. Hi, La Maggio Pravada. I know your first name. Tell me your first name again because I know your first name. Why? Okay, don't tell me your full name. Just say the first letter because I should know it. Okay, I'm going to try not to look at the chat because you probably already typed your full name. Just tell me the first letter because I know I should know that first name. Anyways, while you do that, something. What does that? That's like a symbol. And, no, you're lucky, LOL. I put the wrong emoji. Oh, good. I was about to go like, what is wrong with me? The wrong emoji. Oh, there must be another thing you were going to type in. Haha. Okay, well, it's a symbol. Oh, I have no clue. You're gonna have to, this is a great, it's a symbol. Your name is a symbol. You see, I can say my name is a spice, curry. Your name is a symbol. Goodness. Give me another hint. Because I know I've chatted with you on all these other lives on YouTube with all our friends. You do that while I grab something else. Okay, how about a little bit of fruit salad? How about some fruit salad? No, that's the first letter. It's also matching my favorite animal. Right, haha. Second letter is the same as Maja. Second letter. I am so lost. uh, the first letter L, it's matching my favorite animal. Ooh, right. I don't know. You're just going to have to say it. And then you're going to write it, and I'm going to be like, oh, how dumb am I for not knowing that? Anyways, first of all, this is not um, uh, Juliana. Let's just be clear about that. Also, Jen, that's awesome. I hope you have a great vacay, you and Joe both. Um, okay. I know that for a couple of reasons, but I'll just go ahead and show you first. We have a whole bunch of faceted glass, some cupcake sets, some cabochons. Cabochons just mean that the actual glass is not faceted. It's rounded on one side, and you can have cabochon, I don't know, I guess cabochon, I guess that's the best pronunciation. You can have glass cabochon stones, but you can also have gemstones. They're flat on one side, so they can sit flat into something, and then they're rounded. But then all the rest of these are faceted. I know that this is not Juliana, first of all, because it does not have a pin stop. I also know because there are some other ones of these that have more open backing of some of these glass stones. So you can see it's got a little bit of wear on the back. I have done some research. I have found ones that are very similar to this one, just different colors. LOL, yes, Emily. Emily, I never. But you know, my daughter loves elephants. She is addicted to elephants. She's now like graduated from NYU, undergraduate, graduate degree, about to go to med school. But when she was a little kid, my addicted to elephants. Addicted. And my husband made her a bed, a cut out wood, like jigsawed it and made her a whole headboard with elephant. If I went into all the crazy things she would do about elephants. How funny. I love that. So I'll remember that, Emily, about you loving elephants. Okay. So it does have some open back on some of those stones. Prong set. That cabochon is kind of a cupcake prong set. Different color glass. It does show. I will light it up here in just a second and see. Hello. How are you, Aberzina? Good to see you. Let me get my black light. It's over here on the table. Hold on. I'm not sure. So I guess it glows. Yep, it does glow. So I mean, if I was in a dark room, it would do much better than that. But that green one for sure. And that one over there. I'm sure that would look better if I put it on a dark backing. Anyways, so there you go. Definitely vintage brooch. It's got one of those V, how it holds the clasp together. I know that can help tell like the time of when this was constructed. I want to say in the 50s. I might be wrong. I don't remember exactly, but I do know there obviously are certain things about the jewelry that in the way it's constructed that can help you put an age to it. Marzina, you had a great show yesterday. It was fun coming in to see you. All right, so there is that. Let's do some more necklaces, shall we? Now, I will have to say, this one here, I probably spent way too long researching yesterday. It is lapis lazuli. It is carved, and I believe quite possibly could be even ancient, like old. I mean, I have seen some. I did Google Lens, and I couldn't find obviously the exact one. It is. It's on a very kind of rustic's the wrong word, but that's like string, but a really thick string with the twisting barrel clasp. You can see the details in the lapis lazuli carved beads there, kind of with that lattice appearance. There are gold flecks in there as you would need to find other, lapis lazuli looks very similar depending because there's some lapis that can have dark like almost black in it. Some lapis can have light, like white in it. So sometimes lapis lazuli can look like sodalite. But one really easy thing you can check is looking for those gold flecks, which is the pyrite in there, that can differentiate between sodalite and lapis. But of my research, I found people who were listing necklaces like this for $300 and $400 or more, because they just, they were saying it's, ancient Roman lapis carved. The problem is I don't know how to identify that. So I would have to take this to somebody to be able to really clearly identify that. Maybe you could try to find a professor or a museum to check. I love that idea. I'm doing the same for what I think is a fossil pendant. Yeah, research is fun, and sometimes it takes quite a while. And it does look good with denim jeans. I totally agree. But isn't that beautiful? And it does get bigger as you go down. It looks old. I mean, these beads look old, but I will have to say, I've gone on and I've just found just some of these beads by themselves in my research where people would sell like one bead for $120 that look like this. So could these be more modern made to look like that, or are they that ancient old? I don't know. I'm going to have to find that out between now and Thursday, aren't I? Um, but I will say I did also find beads similar to this that were from Afghanistan. So I've got some work to do on that. This is 18 inches. I don't know if necessarily it needs to be restrung. It seems, sturdy. It's not hand knotted. And you always want to have a little bit of space, up there. Sorry, I'm trying to move the beads down a little bit so I can show you how. You want to have a little bit of, hold on. Give me 1 second. I don't want to break the string on it. But you always want to have a little bit. Now that's probably a little bit more than normal, but it's not damaged. Like it's perfectly, it's not like about to come out. It's just, I think that's the way it was strung. So I've got some work to do on that. Anyway, thank you, Jen, for being there to help support me and all of you guys there. So if you don't already follow me, yes, definitely go down and follow me at Cherish Relics. All your comments are always helpful, your likes, and be sure to click the bell so you'll know. I probably post on my YouTube channel about, I don't know, once a week maybe lately. Now, I used to do a lot of live selling on a different platform where I went live like twice a week for a couple years or at least a full year. You can see those in my live part of my YouTube channel, but I haven't done that in a while. And so that's why, if you had been here at the beginning of this video, you would be laughing because I was struggling trying to get everything adjusted. Apparently, I accidentally made the video up and down. And I do know that I have to choose the across one. I thought I had, but clearly I messed that up. But anyways, here's a really nice cloisonne bangle that floral. It doesn't have the markings for cloisonne on the inside. You often can see the cloisonne where it's just blue on the inside, the enamel, over copper, most likely. But a lot of times, like here's another example of a cloisonne I'm bringing today that's more of a rounded bangle. Okay, this is more, has an edge, a flat side and a flat side, with the designs on just the outside. So I don't know if I can bring this forward without it focus. Don't focus on me, focus on the brooch. So you can see the floral kind of inlaid enameled elements there on that. So unique. I've never seen this style of enamel bracelet. So in that I thought it was quite unique. And so this is 8 inches, and it is 10 millimeters in width, just FYI. So again, this is just kind of a jewelry preview of some things that are going to be in a live Buy It Now video that I'm posting on Thursday in 2 days. So, okay, let's keep going, shall we? How about we do, how about this one? I don't have any details on, who makes this. This is a, let's see if I can get close up without it focusing on me. Will it let me? I don't know. Let me catch this up to live. It is caught up. Okay. Okay, there you go. Faceted glass. We've got embossed, dimensional floral kind of elements in there, and it is in fact old. It is a scar. I mean, a fur clip or a dress clip. Now, you smarty pants people out there who know more about these clips, because I don't know a lot about them. How do I know if it's a fur clip or a dress clip? I know they're not shoe clip because, first of all, I only have one, and second of all, I know what shoe clips look like. I also know what sash pins look like. I'm familiar with that, but these, I'm not really quite sure. So, is there a difference, a differentiation between a dress clip and a fur clip? Give me your knowledge. It is beautiful, isn't it? And it is just faceted glass. No brand on it or anything. Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. A fur clip will have fangs. A point a dress clip will not. Okay, well, then this is a fur clip because there are your fangs. I know I'm humoring you. Just had to do that. There are your fangs on that. So I'm loving that. Found that at an antique store on one of my many adventure outings. So again, I'm not offering any prices today. We're just looking at the beauties. What will be next? How about this is a really fun necklace. I have someone counter offering me $800 on some earrings I have on my eBay channel. These people, they keep like they're worth over $1,000, and they keep like lowballing me. They'll start off at like half off, and I just say no, and then they'll give me like 25% off, and then I'll entertain them with some, counter offers, but I'll have to say the counter offer I just got was probably the highest I've ever gotten. So that's good news. I saw it on my phone. Anyways, look at this neat necklace. I don't know if it's hard for you to see that, but that is a whole bunch of like little donut circular glass pieces. They are not amethyst. They are in fact glass mixed in there with just, some larger kind of seed beads. And I would say this is brass, not copper. It's really tarnished, so it's hard to say. All I know is it's not, gold or silver. But that is the most unique. It's sort of cha-cha in style. So you see all these sort of move. I just think that's the most unique necklace, okay? So this is, let's see what I put on my notes here. It's 16 inches. It's got a toggle clasp, as you see there. Let me show you what it looks like on the neck. Okay. So it's looking like that. Isn't that neat? The fans have to go through fur skin. A dress clip just hooks onto the dress. Yes, that makes sense to me. So it needs to be more significant. Thank you for that extra explanation. I love that. I hope after the fact I can go back and read this whole chat, because I hate that I'm possibly missing. Yell at me if I'm missing anything. I have to like yell at me if I miss something I need to see. Anyways, beautiful necklace, 16-inch purple glass donut shape, sort of cha-cha, very artisan in style. I tell you, I love this necklace. So that's pretty special, okay? So another necklace I'm going to show you here next is pretty short. It is, just got round beads here. Most of them are jasper, types of jasper. Coming down to, gotta go, just wanted to stop in and support you. Oh, that's so nice. I really appreciate that, Bruce. Thank you so much. Um, yes, you can, Curry. You may have to wait to get live chat replay after 30 minutes. Okay, cool. And then it's got a larger pendant hanging from the bottom, also a type of jasper. I'm sure Jen or all you jasper professionals out there could tell me what specific kind of jasper that is. I don't know which one specifically, but let's see if I can get close up without it focusing on me. Sorry, I'm covering the light. I'm doing a bad job. Will it focus? You see? This is why doing it face forward is very difficult. I'm not used to this. That's better. Anyways, 15 inches. We do have a 925 lobster claw clasp there. And, it's pretty much choker length. But a very nice, simple necklace that can really be worn with just about anything. So we've got that. What do you think? That will be in the sale as well. Okay. Don't let me forget when I get to about 10 more minutes, don't let me forget. Oh, maybe I need to do what Jen does. And Jen always says, if you get so many likes, we can do, right now, I failed to neglect to tell people to go in and like the video. I have one like. Everybody, go like my video. If we can get to, I'm liking it myself. Right now it says 2, but if we could get it up to 20, then I'll do a giveaway. I have 2 pairs of earrings that I'm giving away in today's. No one's buying anything, so it's just free. I'm going to ship it to you myself, just because it's fun to give gifts to people. I love doing that. Okay, let's keep going. I think I'm going to do. Let's do some really sparkly, statement earrings here. So this first pair I'm going to show you. Let me pull up my notes real quick. Let's see. It's still at 2. I don't know if anyone will go on there and like it. Go like my video. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. So anyways, these are Weiss. Okay. I found these in a jewelry jar. Aren't they lovely? Beautiful cupcake, um, facet there. I got to try to get this to not be blurry. Is that clear? I guess. Okay. Uh, that's just milk glass in the center. It's about the size of a quarter. So a little bit of doming from that Kobashan milk glass stone. See, it gets blurry because it wants to focus on me. This is the struggle. Okay. They are signed Weiss on the back. There you go. They are in excellent condition. Really good condition. Here's the back. And the clip-ons, they're in great condition. So those will be a part of the sale. This is called oil slick in regards to color. The color of that AB coating on those faceted, glass rhinestones there. I call it oil slick. I don't know if you guys give it a different name, but that's what I call it. It's kind of got blue, kind of deeper, dark blues and greens in the sort. So there is that one. And about the size of a quarter. And then these other earrings I'm going to show you are ear crawlers, which means that they're really huge and they almost look like they're crawling up your ear. You can see how large they are there. So I'm going to get out of the way so it will focus on that. How close would it let me get? There you go, sort of. And we do also have some cupcake settings on some of those navettes. They're also called marquee cuts. I tend to call the longer, skinnier ones navettes. In this shape, I tend to call marquee, but different strokes for different folks. And it goes in the ear like that. So I'll clip it on my ear. Look how huge it is. That's why they call it an ear crawler. A beautiful statement earring. They are in incredible condition. You can see the back with all the riveting and the construction going on there. There's no brand, but they're very clean. No it doesn't show anywhere at all. It looks great. Trying to get that to focus, not on me. So there you go. So those will be in the sale as well. All right. We have fun here in this jewelry community and love to share info. Amen to that. Shuttles, what does that say? What did I miss? There's a whole conversation. Curry finds the greatest things in jewelry jars, even diamond rings. I have. I mean, they're not massive, but I've also found some diamond, not this one I bought, but some small diamond pendants as well. Um, yeah, I call Navettes and marquee to me are kind of interchangeable, but to me, when this shape is more longer, more elongated, I tend to definitely call those navettes. When they're kind of more short and squatchy, I call it marquee. Because like if it was a diamond cut, if it's a diamond ring and it was cut, that would be a marquee cut shape. So they're kind of interchangeable. Anyways, so Jewelry community, thanks for sharing your info. I still only have 2 thumbs up. Jen and I must be the only thumbs up. I don't even know if that was Jen, but anyways. Here are some cloisonne brooches, very simple, not hugely expensive or anything like that, but they're cute. And as you can see my business logo up there at the top, it says Cherish Relics Boutique. I tend to love things that are like birds, so that's why I love these. So we have a cloisonne bird brooch there that I guess I was kind of doing it upside down. It goes like that. It does have a little bit of open work there. You can see some open spaces. Um, oh, it is showing as 9. I wonder why mine only says 2. Maybe I should go out and come back on my computer because that's what I'm looking at. I'll go out and come back and see. It'll update itself. Because I was, um, you know, o- obviously I'm watching on my computer to the side. I was all the way caught up to live, but maybe it doesn't update um, the thumbs up. So yeah, mine says 8, but maybe it doesn't count my Another cloisonne, cute little pin, sitting on a little floral branch there. The backs of both of these look fantastic. They're in great condition. No brand. This one has a mark, but it's not a brand I recognize. It's just got like this loopy M. So anyways, some cloisonne brooches there. Should we keep going? Hi, Karen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Mine too. Oh, your two. Yours is also not showing all the thumbs up. That must be what you mean. Okay, let's keep going. I think I'm gonna do. Okay, how about some rock crystal stuff? Again, this is just a preview of an upcoming um, live video, buy it now video that I'm going to be posting on Thursday on my channel. So there we have that. Okay, so I'll do this necklace first. So this is more modernly made. It's not vintage or anything, but when I saw it, I loved it just because I really loved the unique shapes of the beads. Um, anyways, so we have like black pearls going on there, and then all those spacers there are black pearls. They are authentic pearls, and all of those clear disc-like beads there are actual rock crystal, which they're quartz. They're clear quartz. And they do show up on my gem tester. This necklace is a shepherd's hook clasp, as you can see there. And the even more detail, it does have some texture on that shepherd hook's clasp. I don't know if possibly, I'm sorry, and this is 20 inches. It is sterling silver on the clasp, okay? And the whole necklace is 20 inches. I think it's super unique. Artisan in style. I don't think it's super, super old. There is not a brand on that shepherd's hook. Let me just take a quick look real quick again. Nothing that I see, but I do know it's sterling. So on the neck, it's looking something like that. Now, isn't that special? I think that's an awesome necklace and pretty unique. I love those shapes of beads. So we'll be seeing that one. And then I have another necklace here that, once again, kind of like what I was telling you earlier, I had to do with this really ancient old carved lapis lazuli beads. I struggled a long time researching this necklace. I know that it's molded glass. I know it's definitely uh, vintage, possibly antique. You can see we've got a twisting barrel clasp there. And then in the spacers in between all these, we have some small, just, uh, smaller, just rounded wheel-like spacers there. But in between, you've got the little textured brass beads. But all of these, they remind me of pumpkins, I guess, or melons. I don't know. They get bigger. This is graduating. So as you go down, they definitely get bigger. You see that there? And this is just art glass, kind of an amber color art glass with, the white kind of swirliness going on here, but a super unique necklace. And it is, in fact, on a chain that needs to be cleaned a little bit. I can see it in there. Let me see what kind of chain. Okay, you're not going to believe this, but I think, Jen, it's like a really, really, really thin like wheat chain. That's what it looks like. Or maybe not wheat chain. That might be the wrong description. But it's not a simple like oval link chain. It's something more significant. Anyways, so yeah, that is 19 inches. I don't know if this is check glass. I'm just not sure. I looked and looked and looked and I could not find anything like it. Karen, I agree. One of my searches actually said molded um, pumpkin shaped glass beads. Like I tried to, and I couldn't find the exact thing. So anyways, I'm loving that necklace, and obviously I have to do a little bit more research before Thursday. But let me let you show you what it looks like on the neck, and it's looking like that. Again, if you've never purchased with me or done private sales with me, I offer fabulous prices. There's a lot of people in here who have purchased from me before who could tell you I really try to bring the great deals to you. From the hunting that I do, I really try to buy things as low as I can so that I can turn around and bring the savings to you guys. So anyways, that will be something that will be up for sale on Thursday as well. Thanks for taking a look at that. Okay. Yes. But definitely an awesome fall necklace for sure on that. All right. Let's keep going here. Um, I don't know if I can. I don't know if it still says 8. Regardless, I don't care that I only now. I don't know if it'll say I have more than 8. Mine says I have 9. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway. Okay, so for whoever wins this giveaway, and I'll do one towards the end when I'm done showing all this stuff. Whoever wins this giveaway, you don't have to pay for shipping, but I will need you to email me at cherishrelicboutique@gmail.com, and you'll need to send me your name as well as your welcome in, Karen, and Aerith. Hi, hello, hello. I already knew they were in. Thank you for saying that. And Karen was already in here. Okay, so these are red jasper. I love these earrings. Let me put them on this thing because it's easier for you to see them. They hang down about 1.25 inches, maybe. Hold on, I'll tell you. And they are not sterling. They do not test positive for sterling. I thought they were, but anyways, they're looking like that. Look at the beautiful, like tulip capped bead there on the top of that, hanging red jasper. Really, really cute earrings. I love them. I love them. I love them. Very my style. I like these are actually pretty long for me. I wear pretty simple earrings. Anyways, so I think what we're going to do for the giveaway for the, I don't know, 10 people might be here. How many? 10 people? Is so in the chat, when I say, I think what I want to do is I'm going to write down, I just got a new car, not brand new. I got it was a lease turnover. It was new to me. It's the 2023. So what you guys are going to do instead of, doing numbers or states, or those are all great games, I'm going to try to mix it up, and I want you to name not main brands like, BMW or um, you know, uh Toyota or Nissan. I don't want that. I want you to name like car models. Like, you know, like a Studebaker. Maybe that is a main brand. I don't know. I could be saying it wrong. But so, and I will give you a hint. So if anyone can name what car I just got, it actually is the same car that I had been driving for the last 5 years. Because when my mother passed away about 5 years ago, her car came to me, and I was driving her car. And it's the exact same car, just newer. And so I'm writing it on a piece of paper right here. But here's my big hint. It is a type of, sorry, I wrote too big. It's a type of sports utility vehicle. So that kind of narrows it down a little bit. Okay. There's a lot of sport utility vehicle uh, things. So when I say, make sure you have your thing caught up to live. And I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then you guys in the chat can put in names of car models that are sports utility vehicles. And the first person to get what my car is will get the earrings. So go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, God. See, I was overexcited. Go, everyone. If anyone knows, like types of cars. Oh, it looks like Emily just got it. Emily is correct. Right? A Toyota 4Runner. That is it right there. And I'm so excited to have a new one because my mother's car that I drove was a 2006. I'm going to tell you, 4Runners last forever. They are amazing cars. They're actually built on a truck bed. So they're really meant for good outdoorsy driving. Not that I do that kind of fancy outdoorsy driving, but I just love it because I feel super safe in that car. And and so when we decided we were going to get me a newer car, because I've been driving the 2006 forever. Not that my husband wouldn't buy me a new car, but I chose to. It's because it was my mother's. It kind of had personal whatever. So now that older Toyota 4Runner still runs. It's beautiful. Is become our kid car. I have 3 kids. A daughter who went to NYU, undergraduate, graduate, and is now applying to med school. That's what she's up to. I have a son who is graduating in 3 days from Penn State College, who lives in Erie. And then I have another son who just finished his freshman year at Pitt. So he was not allowed, my son, I live in Pittsburgh, who started at University of Pittsburgh here in Pittsburgh. He wasn't allowed to bring a car with him to school. So the car that he would normally drive at home, we ended up moving up to my other son. And so now we've made my mother's 4Runner the car that he drives, and now I drive this beautiful metallic blue. I love it. So anyways, Emily, it's right. Um, oh, thank you so much. And my youngest son, his birthday is today. It's kind of a crazy week. But I will mail these. So if you'll do me a favor and email me at cherishstrelixboutique@gmail.com and send me your mailing address and your full name, I will pop those in the mail to you. I love them. I would wear them. They're so cute. Red Jasper. Red Jasper. Okay, so those are going. Let me put a little note on here. Thank you for participating, and all of you who were as fast as you could putting in sport utility vehicles. All right, let's keep going. All right, I have another strand of Murano Italian glass beads. This strand is blue. It is, let me see how long, 19 inches, and hand knotted, as you see, as well as got beautiful filigree caps. And it's got little white, kind of lighter white swirlies in there, as well as kind of the copper flecks. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be saying this wrong, But a lot of times when you see, the copper flecks in the Murano necklaces that are, that people are listing, they, I need it to quit focusing on me. They, here, I'm going to put it on here and then it'll stop looking at me. Okay. Uh, they'll call it aventurine glass, and that doesn't mean aventurine like the quartz aventurine. I think what aventurine glass means is that it's got like two colors going on in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it has something to do with that. So the fact that it's got, the copper flecks as well as kind of the white swirlies, and I guess that's why it's called aventurine. But anyways, a beautiful strand, Italian glass there, and a lovely twisting barrel clasp. It's in great, great condition. A nice necklace. So that will be in the sale. Okay. You want a funny brooch next? This cracks me up. For any of you cat lovers out there, this one is hilarious. And let me look, see if it says AJC is the mark on it. But look at this hilarious brooch. It's a cat. It's really heavy. It's very well constructed. White enameling. You can see it's got some, usually I'm showing brooches and things that are showing kind of that domed dimensional thing. Here it's domed and dimensional because of the front of the washing machine. Haha. Anyways, and the cat is in there with suds and all. It's just a brooch. And I think on top of the washing machine there, it's got like suds, washing machine stuff going on there. Anyways, I think that's a hilarious brooch. In great condition, super heavy. And it is 2 inches in length. And it's got all these little, I don't know if you can see them, it's got all those little faux pearls in there. They look like, like bubbles inside the washing machine. He is getting a cycle. And it's funny, if you look really close at his face, as you can't see it super well, but he's going like this. I didn't mean to scare you. But he's he's getting spinned around. So there you go, a fun brooch for you guys to check out. All right. Okay, so this next necklace could potentially have probably the most value of anything I'm going to show you today. I'm still researching it. I don't have the end all be all answer yet. I spent a great deal of time researching last night because I couldn't find a ton on it, but I did find one comp that looked almost identical and used some of the same metal link pieces as this one. Sorry, I have got to bring some of this forward. Sorry, I gotta straighten it out. Hold on 1 second. So it lays right for you. Okay. So this is on a hook. It's got 5 strands, as you can see there. And look at the real details of those metal links. It's those metal links that make me think I might be onto something on who may have constructed this incredible 5-strand necklace. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it on the neck because I can't really give it justice showing it to you like this. But from my research, it's possible this could be a Louis Rosselet. It's like a French designer, possibly, all molded glass. And of the other comp that I found that had the exact same kind of purpley glass, um, uh, molded glass pieces, as well as has identical to these little metal, you see all those little metal links? The comp I found is identical to it. And of course I put it on the neck and I thought it was all straight and it's not. So let me straighten it out. It was supposed to look perfect and I messed that up. I thought I had it all straight. What is going on here? Sorry for the delay. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, if you know me. Okay. ish. I'm probably not laying it perfect, but something like that. I might, yeah. So it looks kind of like that. And it's got these 5 glass pieces coming down there. But again, like I had mentioned, it is 5 strand. And yeah, a pretty incredible. Now, I did pay up for this necklace. For me, I'm pretty much a cheapskate. When I'm outsourcing, I really keep my costs pretty low, and I'm not one to like, spend a huge amount. Um, uh, I will if it's valuable. So I had done some research, and I'm going to pull up my iPad here and show you. But I want you to look really closely at these metal links there and how they have like the texture on them. This comp I'm going to show you, it's a European. It's in euros, but it has the value of $700. So let me get my iPad here and I'll show you the comp I found. And it's the closest thing I found, and it's pretty darn close. Um, so she really was asking me where I got my master's degree. How funny. Okay. Sorry, my daughter was texting me. Okay. It is right here. Of course, the necklace that I don't have the price showing on here, but this is what I had found. And I don't know if I can get close enough for you to appreciate, but the little metal links on this are identical to the metal links on the necklace I have. This is also multi-strand. Um, and yes, she's filling out forms for med school. And I don't know why, but she was asking me where I got my master's from. Why would her med school application need to know where my master's degree is from? Let me see what it says. I was ignoring her, but now I have to. Now I have to know what she was asking. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my text. I'm sorry for the interruption. She says, where did you get your master's degree and where did dad go to law school? Why would they need to know that on a med school application where her parents went? That is too funny. Okay, sorry. I got my master's degree from Georgia State University. Period. My undergraduate degree was UGA. Dad got his undergraduate degree at Georgia Tech, and he got his law degree from UGA. Kids, they always need us. It never stops, even when they grow up. Anyways, so I'm going to have to do some research, but I'm pretty confident that's by the same maker. So it's pretty, a pretty beautiful, stunning necklace, in my opinion. So, yes, will do. Thank you. Okay. Oh, wow. Those really do stand out. Beautiful necklace. Thank you so much, Jen. Hey, are you already checked in your hotel room, Jen? Because obviously you're going to be going out and about and doing your thing today. Maybe she's already. Uh, he is adorable. I think she's still here somewhere. Okay. Beautiful. LOL. Filling out forms for next year. They asked that too. It's because of any possible scholarships or financial stuff. Just graduated, had to ask the same. Huh. Okay. I know they want to find a reason not to offer money to help financially. She's already 100 grand in debt from NYU undergraduate and her master's, and she had scholarship, and we paid out a massive amount of money ourselves because to live in New York City all those years is expensive. So there's two medical schools in the country that are actually free. One of them is NYU, and one of them is one that I think is in New Jersey. I don't remember the name. So ideally, wouldn't it be great if she could get into one of those and not go into even more debt? But we shall see. I know. Good Lord. I agree. It's crazy. Oh, Marzine, I gotta go. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I really appreciate you, giving the support. I really appreciate that. Um, anyways, so it's a lot. Yeah. And okay, let me tell you, you want to know why they have started to offer some free medical schools. Now, mind you, those have happened because they are part of schools that have massive endowments. I know specifically for NYU, this is the reason. And only that, I think that only happened in the last 10 years. They surprised the first class that received this notice that it was going to, anything future was going to be free. And it's on video. If you go look online, like on YouTube, and you looked up NYU Medical School class announcement free tuition, they go ballistic. I mean, these are med students. They go ballistic. So now every year it's free, but everyone applies there. You know, NYU is not an Ivy League, although it's on the brim of an Ivy League. Everyone applies there because, of course, it's free and it's a great school. So, but then there's another one that the stats are a little bit not quite as competitive, but she'll apply to both. So, anyways, sorry, I'm rambling on. All right, let's keep going. Um, I have here some um, wedding cake bead hook earrings that are Murano as well. Let me put them on this little holder because it makes them easier to see. So wedding cake beads are like the style of the bead. They can come in many different colors, but you know it has sort of, it kind of looks like confetti, honestly. But you know, I actually have another um, wedding cake bead necklace that I'll be bringing a little bit later that's in a different color. But these are just on brass hooks, as far as I can see. They're not gold filled or anything. I have had some wedding cake or beads earrings that have had precious metal hooks, but these are not. But those are still lovely, and obviously they hang down about 1.5 inches on those. So there is that. And then, sorry, I got to put away the expensive. Isn't that incredible? I love that necklace. And then this other pair of earrings, they are post back, okay? They are carnelian. They are sterling silver, teardrop in shape, bezel set. You can see a little bit of dimension right there, and it is sort of curved, kind of like a potato chip. This is the back, and I can't tell you what brand it is, but if I draw what I see on a piece of paper, maybe you can tell me what brand it is, because this is what it has. It has a lowercase b inside an oval. That's what's on the backs of this earring, as well as 925. Um, but I honestly don't know what maker that is. Okay. So they're slightly tarnished. They need to be cleaned up, but really nice, beautiful carnelian, which is a quartz. Carnelian is a type of quartz that's just over 1 inch in size. So aren't those? Oh, Jen's heading out. Thank you, Jen. I cannot even believe you came. I've got a, hey, are you, hey, Emily, do you mind if I make you a moderator? Because then I have someone else in there just to at least write something in there if I needed something. Um, Jen's heading up. It was so nice of you in the middle of your vacation to pop in here and hang out with us. I really appreciate it. Everyone, give big love and hugs to Jen, who's heading out and enjoying time with her husband, Joe, on their adventures. So thank you so much. Uh, Emily, if that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to click on you and see if it will. It says add as moderator. Okay, standard moderator. Okay. So I just made you a moderator. So I don't know if it will show up now. It should give you one of those little blue things. Let's see if it does. Isn't it supposed to give you a blue shield? You see, like I said, I'm not new to live selling or live videos. I'm just new to doing it on YouTube. And I'm not new to YouTube. I've had a YouTube channel for a long time. I'm just new to live on YouTube. So it's been, oh, perfect. There, it sure did. All right. Awesome. Well, let's keep plugging along, shall we? All right. So I have, here's some vintage, I don't know if you would necessarily consider this to be, you know, I don't know. I think of it as like more older vintage jewelry when you consider it to be where's my brain? Uh, what's it called? A matching set. You can have why can't I remember the word? I know the word. Uh, okay, I'm not looking at anything. I'm not looking at the thing because I know the word. My brain is I'm having getting old 55 brain. Uh, God. A parure or a demi-parure set. You see, I knew it was going to come. So I don't know if you would consider it to be demi-parure, because this isn't really the kind of vintage it's probably typically doing. It's probably very like vintage, like book uh, pieces of like, Crown Trafari and Juliana. But I don't know, maybe that's still considered demi-parure. But all that being said, this is in fact Napier. It's a Napier kind of puffy link gold tone necklace. You can see the mark there on the back. The gold tone looks incredible. Here's the back side of it, okay? And the length of that one is 16 inches. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on the neck. So, a choker. All right, so it's meant to hang more round and not down. That's just the way the links, look. Okay, I'm going to try to balance this on my jewelry thing just below it. Okay. And then the matching bracelet here, obviously is the same links. Also the brand there on the back of the links right there. And the bracelet is 6.5 inches. So yeah, that little Napier demi-parure set, if you want to call it that. So anyways, okay. Please give me a thumbs up or a amen. I hear you, girl. If you have the same thing. I think menopause brings brain fog. We all have it, right? In words that like the word bread. I'm not saying I forgot the word bread, but sometimes there can be such common words that that your brain it just doesn't work. Now, I realize parure and demi-parure aren't like common words, but I know those words. And so I was having a little bit of brain fog there. Um, Also, that maker's mark is Boma jewelry, I believe, and they're known for their sterling. I think this maker's mark is Napier. Oh, you're talking about this. Thank you, Boma. All right. That's awesome. Okay. So a good, well-known, all the time. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. On the carnelian earrings. Okay, I'm going to write that down on my piece of paper here real quick. Boma. That's really helpful. Thank you so much, Emily. I appreciate that. Boma. Yeah, you can tell it's obviously an established and well-known company. I mean, they're definitely well made. Oh, it just all the things about menopause. That's just one of them, along with a multitude of body aches. How about that? Joint pain. I feel like because we were the ones who, had the babies and dealt with childbirth and breastfeeding for years, which I did. I breastfed 3 kids, that was enough pain for us. It's not like our husbands when they go through menopause, which doesn't exist, that they have joint pain. Oh, it knocks you off your feet. I have to take Tylenol every morning just to function. It's the worst. The worst. Okay, so let's do here. This is sort of a Southwestern native, I would say more Southwestern, maybe not Native American inspired little copper bracelet. Um, it's got teeny little bezel tooth turquoise. I don't know if you consider cabochons, just round turquoise bezel set in there with a tooth bezel and that little snail link, which I love that snail link. And it's got a hook here that on the back side of the hook it says copper and then it says patent pending. Okay, so hold on. I'm not putting my papers away, so I have to catch up here. And it is 7 inches in length. So there's no extender or anything like that. I'm doing a really lousy job of showing it, but there you go. So I'm not going to really put it on my wrist, but you kind of get an idea. So a nice little bracelet. So that little bit of copper will be in the sale on Thursday. So if you're, you can You can register the day that you watch the video if you're even interested in watching this. Some of you might just be here to watch a jewelry, preview, and that's cool too. But if you do end up watching the video and there are some things that you're interested in purchasing, you don't have to register today. You could just wait until that day. But I will take, I don't take comments in that video for buy it now claims for the items. It has to be emails sent to me, cherishcharlottesboutique@gmail.com. In the time, the order that they're sent to me is who will win those or, be able to purchase those items for a private sale. All right. So this next one is so dainty. I love it. It's cremants. And most people would probably never even notice that it's cremants. I'm pretty sure I got to look on it again, but somewhere on here it's written. Now I got to look at it with my loupe. It's got a round jump ring that's more significant there. I can't really show you there. And it's on that little jump ring that's thicker that it says cremants, okay? So this is only 15 inches, and it's just got some stations, those little gold tone filigree swirl stations right there. So, like this is a 16-inch necklace I have on here. But if those of you who like to layer, you know, a really you probably would want one longer than 16-inch, but you know, it's pretty to layer. So a really nice cremants. And I think a lot of cremants jewelry is known for being like gold plated at least. I don't know. I don't know specifically. It doesn't say that on here. But very, very simple and dainty. Definitely my style for sure. So I hope you're enjoying all the jewelry so far. Okay, so of all the things I've shown so far, you got to tell me what your favorite is so far. Everyone tell me in the chat. Hey, Mel! Oh, Mel, I'm so happy to see you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad you came in. I haven't obviously been doing lives in a long time. And I used to do a lot of live selling on a different platform called District. And I'm just not on there doing live selling anymore, just by choice. But Mel is a great friend of mine. I'm so happy to see you. Yay. So Mel, just so you know, I'm literally just doing a jewelry preview. So this is all vintage jewelry that is uh, um, going to be in a jewelry buy it now sale that will be posted on Thursday on my page. But so just come in and hang out with us. That's what I love the most. I've missed you. Definitely have missed you. Um, so what is someone saying about Murano or beggar's beads? I did show Murano and beggar's beads today. Did I miss some comment? Or these things will be part of the items, everything. Oh, you're saying your favorites. Sorry, brain fog once again. I asked the question, what's your favorite jewelry? There it goes. So Emily says the beggar's beads and the Murano. What does anyone else say? Anyone else have any favorites? The brain fog. I'll have to say this is definitely one of my favorites. The carved, very, very old lapis lazuli necklace. That's one of my favorites, as well as the beautiful faceted, graduated crystal necklace that is kind of ombre blue, very Art Deco in style. So that's probably one of my favorites as well. So we are definitely more than halfway done, but let's keep going. Um, I know, I did. What can I say? It's brain fog. That is gorgeous too. I really hope you find out something cool I do too. The problem is come Thursday, all I know is and until I know, I can't assume that it's just inexpensive, modern made lapis, because it could be really, really, really old and valuable into the several $100s. So I'm going to have to check that out. So anyways, okay, I have a really cool vintage bracelet here that, where is it? Okay, so this is really neat. This is Moon Glow. Okay, you can see it here. And different shapes of moon glow, acrylic, you know. And it's got, a lot of embossed details on each of these. I got to bring it up really close so you can focus on it. But look at how pretty the details are. That, embossed book chain links. And I'm going to keep going down. This is 6.75 inches, and this is the construction of the back. Now, I did do some research. I wasn't able to find this exact, um, bracelet. So obviously it's silver tone here, but maybe that's just silver tone that wore off, and that's why it looks brass there. But boy, does it look old. It is super, super, just so vintage and beautiful. I'm not going to put it on fully, but a really fun, and I really do love that teal look. That I love the color of moon glow that they have, and look at the beautiful book links. Okay, so again, I don't have a brand on this. The blue crystal looking necklace at the beginning. I think that's your style. You always love the sparkly stuff. Anyways, so loving that bracelet. Okay, so all right, let's do a few more brooches, shall we? Blue crystal one. Thanks for everyone who's in here, the 9 people that are hanging out in here. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this first oval vintage, possibly, I guess, antique, possibly, a brooch. This is glass, okay, and it's known as Goofus glass. And, I'm not, my friend Hannah, a good friend of mine here on YouTube, um, she, uh, she knows a lot about different glasses, and I learned about Goofus glass from her because she had done a video. You should definitely go check her out. She's not in here right now, I don't believe, but her YouTube channel is called Hannah's Heirlooms, and she's got a lot of great knowledge about glass, jewelry. But anyways, so it's Goofus glass, and I actually, because I'm not super like knowledgeable about Goofus glass, I took a screenshot of me looking up like their description of what Goofus glass was. So hold on one second. So those of us that are trying to learn, like me, uh, who had to like research that, this is what it says. Sorry, I had to get into my iPad here. Uh, okay. Goofus glass is a type of American pressed glass popular from roughly 1890 to 1920. So again, I guess we can officially say that that is antique then, because anything 100 years or older. Okay. It does have a C clasp on the back. You can see that there. This is the construction of the back. It definitely is very, very old. But it says it's characterized by unfired, cold painted enamel, usually red and gold, which interestingly is the colors in that brooch, in floral or fruit designs, which is exactly what that has. It was produced cheaply for fairs and carnivals, often given as prizes because the paint was not fired onto the glass. It is prone to peeling and flaking. Okay, so good information to know. But Goofus glass, but you can definitely see some reds and some golds. So isn't that a neat brooch? So we have that. It is 1.5 inches wide. And I guess you would consider the kind of, uh, you know, uh, I don't know if it's considered reverse carved, or is intaglio the same thing as reverse carved? Isn't that where you're pushing a design up into something? I know like intaglio, like with glass, it's carved from behind. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's similar to reverse carve, but anyways, so there's that. You can see how knowledgeable I am about that. We all learn. We're always learning. Okay, a beautiful, this is older, copper enameled square brooch here. It's 1 1/3 inches, hand painted, obviously, enamel work, and it does have a C clasp. I don't really know how old for sure it is, but it does have a little bit of curving, kind of slightly like a potato chip kind of curve. But I love the colors of this, very fall for sure. So loving that. So, any knowledgeable Goofus glass people out there, you can tell me. Let me catch up in there. Oh, oh, hi Mel. Oh, I'm so glad you're sitting there. You don't even have to talk, or you can talk, but I'm so happy you're here. Okay, I'll keep going here. What do I want to show you next? Okay, let's do this. I actually bought a set of this for my, or maybe just the necklace for my daughter. I did it in purple flowers because, like I said, she went to NYU. But this is a beautiful, this is more modern, not vintage, but I still put it in here. I don't know why, but I did. But it is 925 lobster claw clasp, oval link, and it is, I'll tell you how long it is. I think it's 16-inch chain. But it is the old dried flowers that are kind of put in the resin. You can see it's kind of like domed slightly, and it's pressed, it's put in the resin, and that's all sterling silver around. And then you can even see the dried flower from behind. So this is a neat little teardrop set. The actual pendant length is about 1¼ inches, okay? But the pendant exactly matches the earrings as well. So we have some sterling silver hook earrings there that match the pendant there. So isn't that pretty? Love, love, love it. And you can see the some of the maker's mark also on the side of that necklace. I'm probably not going to be able to bring it in so you can actually see it, but there you go. So those are, that's a nice set there for any dried flower lovers. Okay, here we go. All right, what do I want to do next? Okay, these are just crystal. One is silver tone, one is gold tone. To be honest, they remind me of like the crystal pieces that would hang from a chandelier. And it's almost, I feel like someone took the pieces from a chandelier and made it into earrings, but clearly not because there's two different sets here. So that's not the case. I'm just turning it around real quick because I just want to double check that it's not rock crystal, which would be a quartz. On the clear, it's possible it could be quartz, and I haven't checked it. Now, I will tell you this, it's not, it's just glass. But there's no point in checking a clear, glass if it is got an AB coating on it, because AB coat, you wouldn't have a rock crystal that would be AB coated. So if you have something that's AB coated, you don't have to worry that it's going to be rock crystal. Okay, just a little piece of whatever. But these are clear. These do not have a coating on it. You're just seeing kind of the rainbowness from around the room. But if you look really close, I don't know. I don't know. It reminds me of a chandelier. It does have those little kind of brass links there. So I have a clear pair, sort of in brass gold tone. And you can see on my little wood earring stand here that they have a hang of 3 inches. Isn't this a great little earring stand here? It's great to show like sizes of how long things are. Instead of, it's hard to show earrings on live video that are hooks. So anyways, we have those. But then I also have, it so does, yes. I also have ones that are silver tone, but that are colored. So they're a little bit shorter, and they have a little bezel set rhinestone, up at the top. Um, I don't honestly know if they're sterling. I haven't checked, but by Thursday I'll know. I should have checked that before I showed you, but today is just a preview. Meant fun. Yes, I knew what you meant. Yes. Mel, hi Curry. What did she say? Oh, you meant to say fun. Yes, they are fun earrings. So one is longer than the other, and this one is a little bit fancier because the little links are a little bit more. They might even have a little bit of texture on them. Yeah, they do. They have like an embossed texture on those little links. So those are fun earrings, all glass, and the colors are fun, aren't they? I agree. I agree. So there we go on that. All right. Let's do some more statement-y-ish necklace. How about we move on to the other wedding cake Murano beads that I had to show here. And I have an Aurora Borealis brooch here to show you that's floral, that's hooked on this chain. That's lovely and annoying at the same time. There we go. Okay. I have some little notes on papers here that I just have to bring forward here. All right. So, beautiful Murano wedding cake beads. These are oval, as you see, or they're kind of shaped like melons. And but this is art glass. Like this is Italian made Murano glass. But if you look at them closely, they're not all going to be the same. They're not made in a machine. It's art, and they're going to all be slightly different shaped. And you can see that we have some white milk glass bicones that are kind of the spacers there in lieu of um, a lot of Murano necklaces are hand knotted, but we do have the traditional Murano capped beads here. Sorry, you can see that it's filigree capped there. And this necklace is 18 inches. I do have some other wedding cake beads that are this same color, but the other necklace I have is all round milk glass, and it's only got a couple scattered wedding cake beads. The fact that this whole thing is all wedding cake beads to me makes it more valuable. But on the neck, it's looking like that. Italian made beautiness. Isn't it great? I always look at these beads and it makes me think party. So it makes me think of confetti, just like, pooh. That's what it always reminds me of. So there are those. Very, very nice. More preview for the upcoming sale video that I'm going to post here is a gorgeous, um, uh, you know, rhinestone aurora borealis on some of them. I call this an oil slick. Not all of them have that. Like this has got some AB coating. You can see it, but it doesn't have like the peacock colors, it's just more like a blue with an AB coating. Down here, it's a much richer, deeper, I call that like oil slick. And some of the stones on here have no aurora borealis coating at all. But those navettes, if you look close up, it looks like all of these, none of them are cupcake set. They're just like, 4-prong set things. But I do love the little embossed details on sorry, I'm doing a terrible job of showing this. You see on those little flowers, you have little etched like metal pieces that you see from the front. Okay. So this brooch is, apparently I didn't measure it. So if you wore it in the direction of oh look, my light wasn't all the way on. That's good to know. In the direction of the pin, it's about 2¼ inches. Okay. So there's that. And then here's the construction of the back with lots of rivets. Again, those rivets help give us an idea of the age of the piece. Rivets were used a lot in a lot of brooches and earrings and some construction of some necklaces. In like the 50s and 60s. So that kind of gives an idea of the age of some pieces, okay? But there's no brand on this brooch. It's unbranded, but it's beautiful. So there's that in excellent condition. And then one last thing I had in that little cubby that I was pulling it out of was this kind of Egyptian revival necklace. It's vintage, but it's not like, you know, it's like it gives the kind of style of Egyptian revival-ish, but it's just these filigree links, as you see there, that come down. And the best way for you to view this is for me to put it on the neck, but it does have gold tone, and it's got this little, hook clasp, no brand, in that little dangle there as part of where it hooks. But I have it currently hooked almost at the end of the chain, where this is actually not on the center because I wanted to make it as long as I could there on the neck. So the measurement I'm going to give you here for this 16 inches is when it's almost hooked at the end of that chain. But I just think that that's a pretty cool necklace. And if you looked really closely, there's texture on all of those filigree little pieces that are attached together. It's a really nice vintage piece, statement necklace. So there we have that. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to tell some jokes. Okay, to get you guys chatting it up a little bit in here. Or let me tell you this. I I have to tell you another story. I started off this morning with a story about the annoying delivery guy who put my Shop Goodwill box being delivered that was full of natural stone jewelry. I was got a notification that it was delivered, and I went to my front door. It wasn't there, and of course, it was down there by my garage on the outside. So like if I pulled out of my garage, I would have driven over it. Pet peeve. Okay, but let me tell you what else happened to me today. I went, and you can tell me if this sort of thing has happened to you before. But I went after I finished Zumba with my friend Carrie. I don't know if she's still here, but I went up to the grocery store. I live in Pittsburgh, so our grocery store is Giant Eagle. Actually, I went to the dollar store first because it's my son's birthday today, my youngest son. And so I went and got him some balloons from the dollar store, 3 balloons. I was all prepped, ready, and I took those 3 balloons and I put them in my car and I drove then over to the grocery store. And he loves to cook and is very talented cook. So for part of his birthday thing, I got him a whole bunch of herbs that were plants. There were like 6 of them, like, I don't know, dill and all the herby stuff. I'm not a big cook. I mean, I can cook. I just don't love cooking. It's lots of work to me because I spent all the years cooking for family and children, and it wasn't like enjoyable. He loves cooking. Anyways, so and I got a birthday cake, and so my hands were full. I had like 6 plants that were in like this holder, and plus, I had a cake in my other hand, and I wheeled out into the parking lot in a cart, but it was really really windy, and I was anxious because I didn't want the wind to crack the stems of those herb plants, because some of the things on there were like I think we had some flat parsley on there were like really long stems. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to crack in the wind. And right as I got up to my car, my new Forerunner, which you guys were guessing earlier, I can open my car by just tapping on the handle, which I'm sure many of you have. There was a lady parked next to me who was so sweet because she could tell my hands were full and that she was also could tell I was anxious about the wind. And she's like, tell me which door I can help you open once you unlock it. She was trying to help me. And it wasn't her fault. It was my fault that this happened. But what do you think happened? Right when I opened the door, my hands are full. I'm holding my all these plants, trying to get it out of the wind as fast as possible. I've got a birthday cake in my other hand, trying to also open the car door. And when I opened my door, what do you think happened? Take a wild guess. I'll give you a second. Let's see if anyone wants to guess. I'll get my next piece of jewelry if you guys want to guess. Okay, no one wants to guess, but I'll tell you. I open my door and out shoots the 3 helium balloons that I just bought. Brand new balloons, because I opened the door and my hands are full and they just shoot out the thing. And I was like, oh, seriously? So that was my morning right before I came home to do this live. That was joyous. But let me tell you, it's worth going back to the dollar store. I know, I agree, Mel. And I went to the manager and I told him literally what happened. Herb stems in the wind and all of my story and all that it's worth. And he gave me 3 balloons free, the same 3 balloons. Didn't realize your son's birthday was so close to Primo's birthday. Yeah, and I have 2 sons. Jack's birthday was on the 2nd of May, and he turned 22. And then my youngest son, Andrew's birthday is May 5th today, and he turns 19. And when is Primo's birthday? Oh, his birthday was on Sunday. Got it. So he was the 3rd. I guess that's right. May's big birthday month, I think. So, anyways, okay. I'll stop rambling on. All right. So I have here some Czech Picasso beads with a very expected gold tone spring ring clasp there. These are molded Czech beads that they're like, like I think originally they're like white milk glass, but then what they do are called Picasso beads. But what they do is they put this like mottled paint in all these beautiful different colors. Now I've sold lots of Picasso beads in the past. This is hand knotted, and it's alternating with those molded. You can see that they like. When I twist this, you can see they're not like flat. With round ones, it's super long. I keep going. I'm still going. I'm still going. Yes. So that is 50 inches. Beautiful. Picasso glass beads, very pretty. And so the neat thing about beads like this, when they're this long, is you can do so many things. And especially because it's clasped, you could probably put it around 3 times, because 15 is probably the shortest neck. You could probably do it because it's a clasp, and you could wear it that way, okay, where they're all the same length. Okay. Or, of course, you could just double it, and you can double it where they're the same length. So it just looks like that. Okay. Or you could shorten it where you have one that's shorter and one that's longer. Lots of options. Okay. And then, of course, you can just have it as one long strand. So I love really long strands of beads because it just gives you lots of options. Yes. I think there's a lot of May birthdays. My niece's birthday is on the 4th. you know. So, anyways, so yeah, these are pretty common. You can see them out there in the wild when you're sourcing jewelry, but they're beautiful. And so those will be in the sale on Thursday that I post. And then I have a cloisonne bracelet. I was showing you that other cloisonne bracelet from earlier today that had like blue on the inside and it's flat. Well, this is more of a rounded. So it's rounded on the outside and rounded on the inside. You can see. Okay. And this is 6.5 millimeters. The more thick the cloisonne bracelets that you buy, the more expensive they're going to be, especially if they're hinged. Okay. This is not a hinged bangle. Hi there, Lori. Good to see you. Nice to have you. I love having these people pop in that I know. That's so great. Anyways, so thanks for coming. I'm literally just doing a preview. This is not it's not a sale today. It's not a haul. These are all these pieces are going to be part of a video buy it now sale that I'm going to post on Thursday. And so this is just a preview for all that stuff. So anyways, beautiful floral cloisonne bracelet. And again, you can see the cloisonne decorations that are on the inside as well as the outside. Very clean, in great condition. And that's 8-inch bangle. So that will be in the sale as well. Okay. So let's do just some crystally earrings, because I have some faceted crystal necklaces coming up next, and so I might as well show these. Um, these are not branded, but beautiful clip back um, Aurora Borealis, which you can see that slight little bit of rainbowness you get depending on how the light hits it. That's a coating that's put on the outside of the crystal beads, the glass beads, okay? And so these are beautiful kind of button earrings, if you will. It's got a beautiful, I'm going to hold up just one, filigree backing there. See, I don't know how close it'll let me go where it won't try to focus on me. It'll continue to focus on the earring. It's in excellent condition. A lot of times you can get these older earrings and they start to have a lot of, corrosion from verdigris, or even just rust, or just that they start to come loose, or they're not, constructed in the best. These are in excellent condition. So they're about the size of a nickel, okay? And you can see a little bit dimensional, kind of a cluster earring. So you got those. And those are clip back, no brand. And then I have another faceted earring here. Let me see if they have a brand on it. No brand. And these are twist back, as you see there, okay? And so we've got a prong set rhinestone there at the top with some dangle, larger rhinestone dangle glass bead at the bottom. So those are nice because some people like a little bit of movement with their earrings. I would like those. My friend Carrie would like these, but she doesn't really do twist back. She needs pierced. But I'm on the lookout for perfect earrings for you that I can find that are similar to those other ones that I had on my sale the other day, Carrie. So, anyways, some earrings there. And then I might as well show you these crystal necklaces. Now, I have a gazillion. I'm talking, I mean, what's the definition of a gazillion? Many, many, many crystal necklaces, faceted. Um, but these were just a little bit different. So I just brought these because they were a little bit different than, the standard 2-strand, 3-strand, bicone, faceted glass ones or whatever. These. So this first necklace has a filigree fish hook clasp right there. It is sterling. It is marked on the side of, you have to look really closely when you're outsourcing because it's not like you're going to take your acids with you. But right there on the side, you can often see marks for sterling. Another place, or precious metal, or a brand that you can often see them is on the hook. So you got to open these up. You got to look really closely because they can be hidden. But a vintage 925, I'm sorry, sterling fishhook clasp. And then it comes down. This is actually hand knotted, and it alternates with those watermelon beads, which are more of kind of the ovally ones, and then the round ones. And it's hand knotted in between every single one. Isn't that a beautiful necklace? And I was talking earlier about how important it is when a necklace is strung, that it's strung well so it hangs nicely on the neck. When it's strung too tightly, it you can get necklaces that are really like they're like all jarbled. They're not good and you can't really repair it. It's very hard when things are strung too tight. And then of course, when things are strung too loose, you can tell it needs. You've been taking a hematite bracelet with me to see about magnetism. Okay. Okay. That works. You can do hematite, or you can also, I know for me, I have one of these that I just have in my jewelry room, which is where we are sitting. It used to be my daughter's room when she was still here, but now I turn it in. It's all jewelry, I promise you. Um, but when I'm in here, I always keep a loop and a magnet around my neck because the magnet used to like stick to things that I was looking at, and then I could never find my magnets because they'd stick to costume jewelry, and then I'd throw the costume jewelry in a tub, and I've got 20 tubs under my bed, and I'd be like, "Where's the magnet?" And I was over that really quick. So putting it on here helps that not to happen. But then also I have another one of these necklaces with the same things on it that I keep in my car. So when I'm outsourcing, it's really important that I can check for magnetism and be able to check for maker's marks or precious metal marks and things like that. Now, some people are a little shy about doing that because, people may think, oh, well, they might think you know too much, or, I have never, in all of my jewelry searchings, and I've worn these for years, had anyone not sell something to me for the price it was marked when I walked up to the cashier because they realized that I was a reseller. Or, now if I'm trying to get someone to offer a price to me, I do want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. And so I may fling it to the back, or I might like take my jacket and cover it up a little because, I want them to give me the best price. But, the things we do. But it is helpful to have that. And, if I don't have to say I'm out there hunting for diamonds and, gold and silver. I just say, I can't see what the maker's mark says. I want to see what brand it is usually what I say. I kind of play it down. So anyways, no brand on this. Beautiful necklace that hangs beautifully. Sorry for rambling on. This is 16 inches, hand knotted, all the things. Okay. So beautiful for there. And yeah, she says, that's a great idea. I think I might get one. Now I'll tell you, I think a set of like 4 of these magnets on Amazon for like $6. And Amazon has free shipping if you're part of Amazon Prime. And and if you just go into Amazon Prime and type in jewelry magnet, because you want to have it strong enough. You don't need like this big science magnet that's this big round huge thing. We're not looking for that. We're looking for something very small that we could, travel along with us, that's kind of
And so if you just type in jewelry magnet on Amazon, things of this type will come up. Now, I have spent a lot more money on more valuable, more expensive magnets that are even stronger that I don't put around my neck. First of all, because it's heavier. But this is so strong. This is like more strong than I need it. And sometimes when I have some precious metals that are showing just a teeny bit of magnetism, I'll pull this out because I can really tell. Um, this is still plenty strong, but it's just smaller and things. So just a reminder though, keep all magnets away from your cell phones, keep them away from, I don't know, maybe it's old school. Maybe magnets don't hurt cell phones anymore, but I remember magnets, if you got them next to TVs and that it could hurt stuff. So I just, because I'm old school, I keep magnets away from everything except for precious metal and jewelry that I'm trying to look at. Anyway, sorry for rambling on. Okay, this is just silver tone. It is not sterling silver. This has alternated faceted aurora borealis beads here. It's not hand knotted, but it does have little teeny crystal beads that are in between sort of its spacers. This is super long. I think it's 31 inches. They're all the same size. It's not graduating. But again, it also is strung very well, not too tight or anything like that. And it is actually, it's not on it's strung on like a white kind of like string or something, but it's well done. So very, very pretty. But again, this is, with it being 31 inches, you think of a pretty small choker as 15 inches if you have sort of like, not all necks could do 15 inches, definitely not men, but some women can wear a 15-inch necklace. And so if you have a 31-inch necklace, that means that has a clasp, then you could essentially double it and have yourself a two-strand choker, like that. So it gives you options. And then, of course, you could just have it be one long, sorry, I'm looking for the clasp, one long strand like that. Matches everything. And I pulled these out because that's the reason I brought these earrings out, because I thought that went really well with that, or even that, because that looks like the same shape but smaller, those little cluster earrings. So anyways, a nice strand of crystal beads. Now they do cry. They do. Okay, that's why I had the hematite, right? And I also think that the magnets can, if you put it next to your wallet, can it like demagnetize like credit cards and stuff? So, I don't keep the necklace like this in my purse. I keep it in my glove box in my car, like my second one of these. And then when I go into a thrift store or an antique store, I put it directly around my neck. So it's never in my purse. There was a period of time that I used to keep the little baggie that I keep this in my purse. And then I noticed, I don't know, something happened that made me go, I better not do that. I don't remember what it was, but so that's the strategy I use. So, all right, here's another brooch. Um, Beautiful blues. It's got some lighter blue and then some like denim blue that is it doesn't have any aurora borealis. It's just solid color, but it does have many of the navettes on here are you can see that they're kind of like I don't know if I wouldn't consider that a cupcake setting. I consider it like a houndstooth maybe setting for a lot of those stones in there that are navettes. You have a navettes going this way and navettes that are going that way. Okay, this is the construction on the back, more riveting again, like I mentioned before. And yeah, so the riveting, of course, gives you a feel for the age, 50s, 60s. Now, these earrings that I showed earlier do have some similarities in that they have kind of the same denim color of the navettes, and they're also that kind of houndstooth kind of setting, but this also has aurora borealis going on in it, and this doesn't. So they kind of match, but not totally. And then that beautiful flower brooch that I showed earlier is also similar, but it doesn't have the dark blues that this one has, or the kind of houndstooth prong setting. But anyways, so there's that brooch, another thing that will be in the sale. So we are getting close. I do have one more giveaway. What time is it? What are we looking at here? 4:12. Okay. Ooh, I need to hurry because I think Marzana is going to be coming on, I think possibly 4:30. Um, I started at the same time that Jen's Gems Finds would have started, and she was on here for the first hour and a half, but she is in fact on vacation. It was so nice of her to come on here and hang out with us for part of our time, but she had to go do her thing. I mean, she is on vacation. And so I was kind of doing the first half of her normal sale that she has on Tuesdays. And then I think Marzana is going to come on at 4:30 is what I thought. I mean, it wasn't an exact science, but definitely when you're done hanging out with me, definitely go check out Marzana. If you go to Jen's Finds, her last post, info post, it will have the link for Marzana's page, which, hey, Emily, do you know Marzana's username? You might be able to put it there in the chat. Because she was here earlier. Oh, Sunshine Amberzina, I think, is her username. And that reminds me, sorry, my phone is about to die here. Anybody who is a reseller, or if you just have a YouTube channel and you're in here, please feel free to share your channels. I just forgot to say it. I've been rambling on, and it's really important for me to say that because I know a lot of you guys do resale, or even if you don't do resale, you do have YouTube channels. And I want you to be able to advertise those anytime you're in hanging out with us. So, you know, uh, Jen's already gone and everyone knows who she is. But anybody else who would like to add your info, please do. And all right, so I'm going to keep going here. All right, so these little clip back earrings, they look similar to, and I've seen people advertise these earrings as, thank you, perfect. I appreciate you doing that. And that the one that Emily just posted was for Marzana, and she's the one that's going to be coming on in about 20 minutes. I better hurry because I'm not going to finish if I don't stop gabbing. And so that's a link to her channel. Anyways, I see a lot of people post earrings like this and they call them a Millefiero, and they're not. These are actually Japanese tambo beads. They are actually glass. If you look really close up, it's got little speckles. Or I've even seen people call them wedding cake beads. They're not. These are Japanese tambo beads. And if you look them up, you will find that. And again, I learned that from my friend Hannah's heirlooms, who I don't, she's not in here, but she's got lots of, she's a good friend of mine, and she's got lots of glass bead stuff for you to learn about. Anyway, so I have those little dangle clip backs. I'm going to stop talking and do more showing. So I finish here. Okay, beautiful. This is possibly antique. I don't know, but we've got a 925 sterling small spring ring clasp with what appears to be a paper clip, but it is sterling, coming all the way down to this beautiful blue topaz, faceted, beautiful blue topaz stone there. I'm just checking it with my gem tester real quick. Yes, blue topaz. Um, and then of course, oh, sorry. Uh, Everyone fell to the floor. I apologize. I knocked the whole thing over. Okay. But it comes down here to these little dangles here at the bottom with more paper link things, the little balls there. I think this is really old. I don't know how old. This is what the construction of the back of that blue topaz gemstone looks like. I have acid tested this, but in addition, I I don't recall it having any sort of brand on it. So I got this from an antique store. I paid up for it. It's beautiful. So I don't actually know who makes it or how old it is, but I do believe it's vintage. So there's that. So that necklace is let's see. No, I'm lying here. It is, sorry. I gotta put these papers back. Let me measure it. So down to where the gemstone is, where it kind of creates a Y, it's about 19 inches. And you would consider this sort of to be a Y necklace. You can see why, because it creates a Y. But that's a really lovely necklace. And I'm going to put it here on the neck for you so you can see it. And so that's what it's looking like on. Just stunning, just a beautiful sterling silver, blue topaz. Gorgeous. Okay. I gotta catch this back up. Oh, thank you for adding Hannah's. I don't think she's in here right now, but definitely a channel worth uh, checking out. And you know what I'd love for anybody in the chat to do? If any of you in the chat have a favorite jewelry YouTuber, or maybe you have a couple favorites that we haven't shown in here, that even if they're not here, but it's definitely worth putting it in the chat for people to go check out, please put it in there. I mean, I'm always looking for new jewelry channels to follow, to be quite honest. Okay, so this is a very old, made in Czechoslovakia. I know that because it's written on this very thick um, uh, jump ring right there. It says made in Czechoslovakia. It actually has the whole word written out. I have not tested this for sterling, so I don't know if it's sterling, but it has these incredible bar glass beads. This is a very old necklace that comes down to more glass. And then you can see it hangs down those there. These are all glass. These are not gemstone, as far as I know. I didn't actually test them, but I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry. Every time I try to measure, I'm going underneath my camera. So that's what's happening. I'm sorry. Perhaps I should move my ruler. I'm going to make you guys nauseous. Okay, I'm done. I'm moving it. Point taken. Goodness gracious alive. Could that be more annoying? Okay. And I'm also going to raise that a little bit. That might help. So this necklace is about 15 inches. It is really old, really beautiful. I love all the bar links on there. Sorry about that. Concussion, sickness, all of the things. My fault. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, beautiful necklace there. Okay, and then I have a few earrings I'm going to show you here very quickly. This first pair is, they just look old to me. I don't know if they're Czech glass. They're just on brass findings as far as I know. They do have some really lovely filigree capped beads on here, but they are just dangled earrings. You can see the filigree caps on those, but they look older to me. I just couldn't find a brand. I did look up and find a Google Lens picture, but then when I clicked on it, it was one of those annoying things that it took you to something totally different. I'm sure we've all had that happen. But anyways, these hang down about 2 inches. So some older dangle earrings there. And then these earrings, there is no brand. I have not cleaned them up. They are tarnished. But mother of pearl, bezel set, mother of pearl, with a square, kind of halo square of marcasites there. And then they are hooks in the back, as you see. And they are marked with sterling on the back. Okay. So, sorry, I want it to not focus on me. But if I got really close, you'd be able to see in there, it does say 925. And they hang down about an inch. So my style of earring for sure. I like, my hands are getting in the way of the light. That's a very pretty earring to me. So there you go. I'm going to show you these earrings super fast. I got these in Australia. For those of you who know me, I just came back from Australia. My parents live there, so I was there for 6 weeks. This is just enameled little birds sitting like on a branch, floral kind of enameled pieces, and that's just glass dangle. It's got a little bit of weight. It's not too heavy, but these are on hooks. So those are fun little bird colorful earrings that are going to be in the sale. as well as just some fun donut-shaped cloisonne earrings, looking like that, with a little bicone bead there at the top. I do not believe that those are sterling from looking at them. Okay. I did that. I did that. Let me do this necklace. I think it's the last necklace I have to do. And then I have a few more earrings, and hopefully I'll finish right at 4:30. I'm so appreciative you guys have come and hung out with me. Again, I spent a lot of time researching this necklace to no avail. It's got a really lovely box clasp here that's embossed. Embossed means that the marks are kind of coming towards you versus when something's etched, it's going into the metal. Okay. Two strand, but molded glass. I don't know if these are Japanese. I don't know if these are Germany, Czechoslovakia. I don't know. Murano. I looked and I looked and I looked and I could not find any necklace that was exactly the same. The one strand is the shorter of the two strands is 23.5 inches, and it's got, molded glass. So they're all like slightly different shapes. They almost, but I will have to say, I don't know if this is just the way the bead is, but multiple of these beads kind of have a part of it that's open. And I don't know if it's because when they made that glass bead, it was like really thin glass there and that it cracked. But I see that on, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 of those beads. So I'm going to be giving an incredible deal on this necklace in the sale on Thursday. Because of that, but you would never see it unless I pointed it out. Like, you would never know. But I just want to be able to show you that. So on the neck, it's looking like that. All glass, vintage, beautiful, amber colors, loveliness with swirl details in there. Okay. All right. So we're going to get those big necklaces out of my way so I can possibly quit knocking things over. Now look at these earrings. Oh my goodness. There is no brand on them, but they are to die for. I mean, oh my God. We've got this beautiful opal glass that's it's just regular bezel set cabochon there. It's just got an added kind of detail on the outer part of that metal, but it's not part of the setting. That kind of gives a mill grain effect with all that open work floral details on that earring. I would say these earrings are about 1 1/4 across. Okay, so on the ear, see it's looking like that. They are twist back, as you see there on the back. No brand. They are not sterling silver. They are slightly magnetic. But yeah, so you beautiful opal glass there. Kind of gives the look of uh, moon stone, but it's not. This is moonstone. I believe moonstone would show up on our presidium as a gemstone, but this is just glass. So aren't those neat earrings? Okay, so I've done that. I've got another necklace here. This is 30 inches. I wouldn't say it's vintage. It's got a twisting barrel clasp. This is all quartz. So one would say this is smoky quartz. It's all hand knotted. They're all the same size beads, 9.5 millimeters. So this is a 30-inch necklace. So on the neck, it's looking like that. Smoky quartz, natural gemstone. Okay, I'm trying to talk fast so I can finish up here for Marzana. All right, I have a pair of Giovanni clip back earrings here. Okay, you can see that they're dimensional as well as textured. On there you can see the leaves. Okay, they look like they've never been worn. They are in excellent condition. The backside, sorry if I can show you, looks like that. Little clasps. It's in excellent condition. And the Giovanni is written on the bar of the clip back. Okay. So, yeah, textured clip back, gold tone,
leaf earrings in the sale there. Okay. I also have a really beautiful vintage rhinestone green little flower basket, teeny little brooch. I would say it's about 1.25 inches tall, maybe an inch wide. I need to get it to quit focusing on me. Prong set, all the things. No brand. This is what the back looks like, but it's in great condition with the normal, it's just got its safety clasp there. So there is that. God, I feel so bad that everyone has a concussion. Okay, and real quick, we have to have time to do our giveaway too. So I did that, did that. I'm just checking. I did that. Ooh, okay, real quick. I have a cameo here. I need to confirm if it's like gold filled. It is an authentic cameo in that it is made of shell. A lot of cameos that are, cheaply, costume jewelry kind of cameos, they're made of like a resin or a plastic. They're not real. But an actual cameo should feel cold on your cheek because it's made of shell. Okay. I want to say this is gold filled. It does have this is what the back looks like. And it has a regular safety clasp on it. She's about 1.25 inches long. So there's that. And then I'm also bringing this really short necklace. This is on a station bar link necklace. It's 15 inches. I want to say I don't think it's sterling. I think it's just almost looks like gunmetal because it's sort of tarnished. But it comes down to this is it should show up as quartz. I don't know if this is Dalmatian jasper or what kind of. Yeah, it doesn't actually go up to quartz. Maybe it's some other gemstone. I will clarify that before Thursday. This is 1.75 little, and you can see some texture around that setting there. So that's super pretty. Sorry, I'm just trying to hurry. I did that. I did that. I did that. That. Oh, so I just have. Oh my God. I'm just show you real quick. Mexico, made in Mexico, inlaid, abalone. Okay. These are made by, and there's a mark on it that says Hollycraft. It's just like the foil art glass, very filigree added details. This is what the backside looks like. With the little dangle glass balls there, those are probably 1.5 inch, maybe 1.25 inches. But Hollycraft earrings there. Sorry, I was going to show you both of them, but there is in fact a pair. Then I have some very simple. It looks like dragon's breath, but I don't know if you can have a man-made dragon's breath. It is glass, but usually dragon's breath is more purpley pinky to me. I've got simple little, these possibly might be gold filled studs that are tiger's eye with, of course, the, uh, scarab on it. Okay, so we got those. And then I also have a really nice pair of turquoise teeny studs that you can see. I'm trying to get it to not focus on me. I'm doing a terrible job. Sterling silver. Okay. These are marked gold filled. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Murano glass here. The hooks are marked gold filled on the hook. I'm testing the glass next to it to see that it's not rock quartz, but it's just glass, but a beautiful dangle earring. And that's going to come down to about 2.25 inches. So those will be in the sale. And I think the very last thing is these these are just on gold tone, but a textured, kind of like square barrel embossed kind of metal thing hanging down to like a cha-cha glass chain stuff going on down there. And so that is, again, a little bit longer than 2 inches. So those will be in the sale as well. And yes, I've done it all. So here's the last giveaway. before we go and support Marzana, if in fact you choose to do that. These are sterling silver, um, but they are a faceted glass. I don't know if you would consider this to be a briolette. Briolette's more kind of shaped more rounder, like a um, like a teardrop. But we've got these faceted glass earrings that hang down. It is all sterling silver. It kind of hangs down from little triangles. Okay. So this is my second giveaway. So I think what I'm going to do for this giveaway before we say goodbye, I really appreciate everyone came and hung out with me today while Jen is away. But that's what those look like. So they probably hang down. Oh, it'll show us on this great thing about 1¼ inches. Okay, so here's the giveaway. What I need you to put in the chat of the 9 people that are left here, you're not going to have to pay for shipping. Nothing was being purchased in this video. This was just a preview. So I will ship these to you on my expense. But I will need you to, whoever wins, I will need you to reach out to me to my email address at cherishstrelixboutique@gmail.com. And I need you to give me your full name and your YouTube username so I can connect it together, and as well as your mailing address. Okay, so here it is. This is what we're going to do. I would like you guys to, honestly, we're just going to pick a number between 1 and 50. Okay? And so let me write a number down. And as fast as you can in the chat, you're just going to keep, going. And the first person who gets it wins. Okay? And I wrote it on a sheet of paper. So you need to make sure that your thing is you're updated to live, your most updated. And 3, 2, 1, go. A number between 1 and 50 for the second giveaway for anyone interested. If anyone's interested in a pair of earrings. Between 1 and 50, go. Everybody go. There's no one in the chat who's trying to go. Okay. Keep going. You can just keep typing in new ones, new ones. Enter, enter, enter. Only 2 people are out there looking. Come on, you guys. There's got to be more people. I might have had to make a smaller number. I see Emila and I see Sheila. My friend Carrie's not still here. There she is. Do lots of them, Carrie. Keep putting in lots of numbers over and over and over again. I haven't seen it yet. Let me tell you, it's less than 25. So let me just go there. Now you're just doing a number between 1 and 25. So the first person who gets it. Do I not have my friend Mel here? She can be guessing. Mel, go in there and guess some numbers. I don't see it yet. Number between 1 and 25 for the second giver. Mel, are you there? Or Lori, are you there still? Oh, Carrie got it. All right. The number is 5. I think that was the first person I saw who did it. So, Carrie, perfect for you. You have some sterling silver, crystal, faceted, sparkly earrings. Just your cup of tea, right? Yay. Well, congratulations to Carrie, my friend. Primo, 5,300, but those are going to go to you. And I don't even have to ship them. I just have to bring them to Zumba. Everyone stop. We got it. We have the winner. And so there you go. Thank you, everyone, for coming to hang out. Loved it. And I really want to say thank you to Emily, who has been a huge help. Uh, uh, I'm sorry, Jen at first was kind of being my moderator, but she's on vacation validly and she had to go do her thing. And so I want to say thank you to Emily for kind of popping information into the chat that we kind of needed, or help, comment here and there. And thanks for being patient. And if you were here, if you did not see the beginning of this video, then when it posts under my live videos and you want to be humored, then go watch the beginning, because I was struggling. I've never done live on YouTube, although I've done over 100 live sales and videos just on a different platform. So that was pretty funny. But you know what? The second I popped in there, Jen was there. So she helped me
Thank goodness for Jen. So thank you guys so much, Sheila and Emily and Carrie. And I know my friend Mel was here, and Jen is gone, but and there were many other people. There are some new faces that I saw as well. So if you've been watching and you don't already follow me, and you're interested in jewelry and the sort, make sure you go and follow me, Cherish Relics Boutique, which, and then also, uh, in this chat, there have been several people that have put up, maybe other people we've talked about. Gems, Jen's Finds is another page that if you aren't familiar with her as a jewelry reseller and just a jewelry YouTuber, you definitely have to check out Jen's Finds. And Emily, do you have a YouTube channel as well? Do you sell? And my friend Hannah's Heirlooms, another great channel. There's so many. So I just want you to feel like, you guys could share that information. We're all here to support each other and learn together. And one last thing, all of the jewelry you saw in this preview, I'm going to be putting into a video buy it now sale that you will claim your items by emailing me, and the information in how to do that will be in the video, as well as in the info for that video that I will be posting on Thursday evening. I can't tell you the exact time. Oh, good. Trying very soon. Awesome. And I am capable of actually doing live sales, but I didn't want to take on doing a live sale in this YouTube video at the same time as I was trying to do camera forward. Because most of my videos, if you go to my channel, you'll see are usually camera down. And I'm very familiar with showing jewelry like that. So this whole kind of trying to focus on not me business is new for me. So I appreciate your patience. Thanks everyone, and have an awesome day. And I encourage everyone to go over to I think she put her page in earlier, but Marzana, and her channel is Sunshine Amberzana, I believe. But uh, definitely go, if you just type in Sunshine Amber, I'm sure it will come up on YouTube. There you go. She just put it in the chat. I believe that she's live right now. So thanks everyone, and y'all have a great day, and congratulations on those earrings to Carrie. And our giveaway earlier today was Emily. So congrats to both of you. I'll get those to you. Bye guys. Woo, see you later. Bye Mel, if you're still here. It was so good to see you. Bye everyone. No worries. That was fun. I was happy to be back on live again. So I'll get used to it. So y'all have a good day. Later, Gators. Now I just have to figure out how to turn this live off, which I'm not actually sure how to do that. Do I click on the live button? No. Does anyone know how I turn it off? I don't know. Maybe the X? I might be saying goodbye. Let's see. I'm Xing.